go live. Let's go live. Let's go live. I'm live. Thank you very much, boys and girls. That was quick. Thank you very much, boys and girls, for joining me. If you're watching this and you're not live and you're watching this in another time zone somewhere else, thank you very much. So I didn't do one last week. The reason why I didn't do one last week was because I was watching the football. And of course, we beat Watford, which is fantastic. I'm not too sure what we're going to do at the end tomorrow, to be honest. It could go anywhere, but I don't think we'll get anything from it. So I've been thinking of themes to do on these live things. And one of them I thought was, as I'm in the north, is to basically well, I say there's a north-south divide, don't they? At the end of the day, they say, in the north, in the north, everybody's poor, and in the south, everybody's rich and stuff like that. But for me, I think there is some fantastic good reasons why people should live in the north and not the south. Believe you me. So I thought that I'm going to use this theme on this live feed. I'm going to put it out there. What do you think is the advantages of living in the south to the north, and what do you think the advantages are to living in the north to the south? For me, where I live is fantastic. Scenery, fantastic. Beer, you better believe Yorkshire, boys and girls, is pretty much a bang on place to pick up a beer and have a good old drink of it. Definitely. In the south, yeah, they got their breweries, but in the north, well, it's a little bit different. Yorkshire for me is based on beer and food. When you got both combining together, it's fantastic. It really is. In the south, you got your food, you got your drink. It's a little bit expensive. So, the quality of life between the north and south for me, having lived in the south and the north, is much the same in terms of quality. But when it comes to wages, when it comes to the cost of things, there is a difference. Of course, if you lived in the north and you wanted to buy a terrace house in the north, it could be peanuts in the north, about 70,000 for a terrace house in Darlington. If you go down south, say you go down to Sussex for a terraced house, it's over 200. We've got some comments, so I'm going to bring them up and see what's going on. Terry's quick beer reviews. I haven't heard from Terry for a while. Actually, hello, Jonathan. Hello, Terry, mate. I don't think you put any more reviews up, have you? Let us know what you've been putting up, because he hasn't been coming up on my notifications. So let us know what beers you've been reviewing, mate. Mr. Wonder Beer Wonder. Hello, mate. Nice to hear from you. I didn't do one last week because I watched the Scummers against Watford. So, the football came first. I'm not too overly confident about tomorrow's game against Newcastle. I think we're not going to do well there, to be honest. So the subject I thought I'd start this off with is the north-south divide, which politicians of this country, let's face it, I'm fed up with seeing politicians at the moment, refuse to really discuss, because there is a massive difference. Having me personally living in the south and the north, I can see it, completely see there is a division of wealth. And being a proud Englishman, I don't think that should exist in our country at all. I think we should all be on the same playing field, but I can see it a mile off. Anyway, I was just giving examples of what is great about living in the north. And there's tons of examples. You know, living in Yorkshire, the food is fantastic. Um, so it's great stuff. You know, it's great stuff living in north. You know, it's great stuff living in the south because you get the weather in the south. That's a great thing. Um, Sat watching the boxing, giving up on the football. Yeah, football's a bit of a twitchy subject at the moment. Yes, the boxing tonight, isn't it? I was thinking of watching it. I might watch it later. Is it Joshua fight, isn't it? I think. I'm not too sure. It's against the bloke who thought he was going to get knocked out in, the first round. I'm not really into me, but well, I do like watching boxing. I do like boxing. You know, it's a good sport. I've got a lot of appreciation for boxing. I haven't got really any appreciation for that UFC bollocks, but when it comes to boxing, you can see there's discipline involved. It's just your fists. With that UFC MMA crap, it's kind of like them writhing around on the floor, and it's not my thing, to be honest. So boys and girls, well, boys predominantly, tell me what you're drinking. I've got a nice package sent to me last week, actually, from a guy in Germany. And the beer I'm drinking at the moment is the Steam Brew Imperial Stout, mind you. It says Imperial, but it only clocks in at 7.5%, which is a bit, it's a bit, that's controversial in a way. Any brewery what calls itself, one of their beers Imperial, for me personally, I don't know about you boys out there, I expect it to be 10% plus. But that's just the way it rolls. So let us know what you're drinking, and let us know, what beers you've been drinking. I've been watching Scott for a while. See what Terry's just come up with. Cracking one, hopefully. Living in the Medway towns is awful. Nothing going for it at all. I've been to Medway. I went to Gillingham years ago and watched a game against Crewe. Funny enough, I went in the Crewe end. I don't know why, because I felt sorry for the Crewe end because there's only about 3 blokes standing in the back and then the away end. So I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll just go in the Crewe end just to even up the numbers somehow. But I didn't, because obviously there's about 15,000 Gillingham fans, if you know what I mean. But no, I've been to Medway. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it, Terry? It's all right. Gillingham's all right. Sittingbourne I went to years ago in me working out. I went to Sittingbourne. I thought it was all right. I saw Kent's a beautiful place. I love Kent. It's lovely, lovely county. Lovely county. I used to go to Tunbridge Wells a lot. But yeah, it's all right, Terry. Terry, it's a nice place, Kent. Believe you me. We've got another one. David Jones. Hello, Mr. Jones. He says, hello, young man. I like it when somebody tells me I'm young, even though I don't feel that young, to be honest. I feel quite old, to be honest. But it's nice for someone to tell me I'm young. So there you go. So no, it's not, mate. Is that limited at all? Nothing going for it. Yeah. I'm not too sure what you meant by that, Terry, mate. Please emphasise what you meant on that. Scotty boy has come up. Got a bog standard Christmas house review tomorrow. I'm not hopeful. I've been watching your reviews. I've enjoyed them. I do enjoy watching Wonder Be a Wonder. It's great. You got a great little bit of chemistry going on when you do them. Me personally, I'm trying to steer clear of Christmas beers this year because I'm going off to Spain for Christmas. So I'm going to do some Spanish beer reviews over Christmas. You see them popping up. But a little, I don't know if they're doing it this year, but I did enjoy last year. Highly recommend you to try Bad Company's Elf Juice, which I think was available in Morrison's last year. Highly recommend it. Give it a go. But every year you get the the Christmas beers coming out. I did enjoy a couple of Belgian ones as well. St. Bernardus Christmas ale was very good. I enjoyed that. What we got? Lo, look good, sir. So, considering I'm old and bedraggled, Thomas McCarthy. Hello, Thomas. Lovely to see you. Lovely. Well, not really see you, but lovely to know that you're watching us, mate. Fantastic stuff. David Jones, he's come up with bloody hell Spain. Yes. Whenever I go, I'm a bit of a sad boy when I go abroad because, of course, the good lady wife, she wants to relax. She wants to go to the beach. She wants to go, to different places. Me, I'll get off that plane and I'll say to her, right, let's go to the nearest Spanish supermarket, get some beers, and I'll review them at the hotel room. That's what I do. It's terrible. Yes, it's gonna come. I'll do it. I did it last time I was in Spain. There's loads of Spanish lagers I'm gonna do and everything like that. So I can't wait to do it. I really can't. I really can't wait to do it. I've seen some Belgian. It's highly recommended to try it because some of the Belgian Christmas beers I've really enjoyed personally. Personally, I've really enjoyed them. Obviously, you might think different, but no, it's just lovely. They're just really nice beers. Spicy, cinnamon, and all that. All them Christmas flavors you get in beers. I highly recommend you to just pick a few up and try them for yourselves. Again, it's down to personal taste. You might not like them, but I do anyway. I've always kind of liked them. Paul's beer reviews. Hello, Paul. Nice to hear from you, mate. Evening, Paul. I don't know what the Tottenham score was tonight. Is it Burnley you were playing? I'm not too sure. There's a hell of a goal, was there? I'm not too sure. Let us know. I'm trying to get Wanda to do a beer review at our wedding. When are you getting married? Congratulations to both of you. Let us know. Yeah, it would be great to see that, actually. Get a beer. Get the in-laws involved as well. Get them reviewing the beer. I mean, what type of beer would you review for a wedding? That is a good question, isn't it? What type of beer would it'll have to be a really special one. So what type of beer would you review for a wedding? So let's see what Paul. So a big 5-0 win for us today. All right, Jose Mourinho kind of like magic wand has just happened, is it? So yeah, congratulations again, 2021. That's what's that? That's 2 years away. Lots of saving up to do then, isn't it? You want to get the works. You're going to do the works, obviously, with 2021. That's way over a year ago away. So you're going to get the works, get the page boys, get the church, get the limousine, and get the hotel and the whole shebang. So see what's come up with next. I've got the beer marked actually. I'll be interested to see what beer you do review. Me personally, the beer I would review on a wedding day, it has to be quite an iconic beer, really, to review on a wedding day. What would you do? I mean, you could go to European beer or go to Belgian beer and do the Westvleteren 12 maybe, which is hit and miss with a lot of beer reviews, the Westvleteren 12, because it's supposed to be, the world's greatest beer or the world's, most renowned beer. But I think I've reviewed it personally. I thought it's due to its scarcity, but not too sure what beer you would do for a wedding day. Vocation, Mr. and Mrs. If it's still available, I never knew that Vocation Brewery did a beer called Mr. and Mrs. Let us know what style of beer that is. That sounds intriguing. That certainly does. Certainly does. What music are you into, matey? David Jones has come out. What music am I into? I'm a big rock fan, David. I'm a big classic rock fan. I'm not into the modern stuff. Me, I'm more progressive. I like Marillion. I like Rush. I like anything progressive. I do like. I've got a little bit of a soft spot for the Little Angels because years ago, this is true. Um, Little Angels, if you've never heard of them, they were kind of like a pop rock metal band from the 80s, and they did the Radio One road show in my hometown, Eastbourne, and I went and saw the radio show, and by the Wish Tower on this big slope in Eastbourne on Seafront, and me mates decided after we go and see because they were playing live, we'd go to the Buccaneer pub, which was just around the corner from the roadshow, the Radio One roadshow, and we kind of like sat in there and had a few drinks. And who walks in to the Buccaneer pub? The Little Angels, and we kind of like sat down with them, and we had a really good chat with them, and really enjoyed each other's company. Had a really good laugh. And so yeah, I've always had a soft spot for Little Angels. They kind of like don't exist anymore, but I think the bass player he went on to kind of like be the manager for Boyzone and Ronan Keating, and Toby Jepson, the singer, still going now with a different band. But yeah, I love all rock music. Big fan of rock music. Everything more progressive than anything. Like I say, Rush, um, Marillion, Porcupine Tree, Stephen Wilson. I love all that stuff. Queensryche, early Queensryche, I absolutely adore. I come from a culture of hair metal and big cliches, so yes, I'm a big music fan. Um, Pearl Jam, yes, I never. You know what? Pearl Jam is one of them bands I never really got into, but I do respect what they do. I do respect their music. The music's got a lot of substance to it. But it's kind of like when I was, buying music. I don't buy music anymore. I don't know about you guys out there. I do not buy music anymore because um, I love music in the physical format, me personally. And when my favourite band, Rush, decided to retire about 4 years ago, I stopped buying music. I really did. But I've overlooked a lot of bands over the years, and Pearl Jam is one of them. I do listen to them on Planet Rock, but um, I do like Jeremy. That's a good song. I do like some other stuff they do, but I never really, um, I never really got into them. My mates did, but I never really didn't. But they are talented guys. So big thumbs up, big respect to Pearl Jam, definitely. So let's see what's coming up next. David Jones, nice one, sir. What about Ozzy? Big fan of Ozzy. For me, Ozzy, Ozzy is Black Sabbath for me. When I first bought Black Sabbath, it's the first 4 albums on vinyl. I remember used to be this kind of like shop in Eastbourne. Used to go into this shop in Eastbourne, used to sell second-hand records, and it's only about a couple of quid each. I remember walking into this shop, and me mate, I had a mate who's really more advanced into heavy metal than what I was, and he decided, why don't you get some Black Sabbath and stuff like this? And I thought, yeah, no, I won't get any Black Sabbath. I bought the first album, and I bought Masters of Reality, loved them both, but I bought an album, the Volume 4, for me is Black Sabbath's finest. I thought that was fantastic, and I fell in love with Ozzy after that. But the problem with Ozzy is that he's been turned into more like a pantomime character in a way, due to his wife's kind of like involvement in his career. And for me, it took the shine off it when I did the Osbournes and I did, the documentaries and stuff. It took the shine and it kind of portrayed him more of a clown than a bona fide rock star. And for me, Ozzy's a bona fide rock star. But I'll tell you what, David, listen to his new song. It's fantastic. It's got hints of Black Sabbath and it's fantastic. Paul Spear reviews says 10 was a bloody again. Paul, I know of 10. Yes, I know it's Pearl Jam's most famous, biggest selling album, but I've never heard it from front to back. So I'm going to have to readdress that. 10 was amazing. I'll bring it up. Beef Blooming Way even got one into them and promotes on stage at Pearl Jam. That's fantastic, Paul. That's fantastic. All respect to you, mate. Wonder Beer Wonder, Metallica. Here we go. I'll just have a drink and I'll explain to you, Paul. Scott, sorry. Metallica. I've seen Metallica. I saw them, Hammersmith Odeon, and Justice for All. Justice for All, for me, was the last great Metallica album. I am an old school Metallica fan. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Justice for All, for me, quintessential Metallica albums. But after that, for me, when I got Bob Rock involved, his CV read Motley Crue and all that. Nah. But Metallica at the time, for me personally, the greatest metal band on the planet. They really were. But after that Black Album, I thought Sellout. For me, then they weren't the band they were. They became something they set out to not be, if you know what I mean. They became something which I'm not a fan of them now, but I was a fan of them in the special years. I've always said to people the last great Metallica song recorded was Dyer's Eve. After that, for me, it just lost the magic. It really did. So it's got David Jones, not an X Factor. No, I'm not. I like music with substance. I like people who play instruments. That's what I love. Barbara Heath. Hello, Barbara. Nice to see you. What about Iron Maiden? I love Iron Maiden. I absolutely adore Iron Maiden. They are a British institution. For me, the lyrics aren't serious. The music isn't serious. You go to an Iron Maiden show and you expect a little bit of theatre, a little bit of escapism, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people might think that Iron Maiden are a bit, prehistoric. Beer I'm drinking tonight, Barbara, is at the moment this steam brew Imperial Stout. But for me, I've always loved Maiden. Always have done. Bruce Dickinson, the greatest metal vocalist, I would say, between Bruce Dickinson and Jeff Tate of Queensryche, I would say they're the two main ones for me. Thanks for that, mate. What about Motorhead? I see where all this is going. Motorhead, I adore. I adore another great band. Me and my, I've got about 2,000 CDs in my collection, so I'm a big rock fan. Motorhead, I do adore. In fact, Motorhead are one of them bands what got better with age. I think when they got Mickey D in as a drummer, I think that is a powerhouse of a drummer. They developed into a better, bigger band. I do love Lemmy. He walked and talked it. How many rock stars out there? There's lots of rock stars out there who say they've done it and they've played it and they've had all these women and all that. But I think Lemmy was the real deal. He was the real deal. You will never ever get a rock star like Lemmy. You never get that. You never get another rock star like him. He was apart from the rest. Metallica, the greatest band in history of music, in my opinion. Anyway, Paul, it's your opinion, mate. If you love Metallica, God bless you. I'll just say my own personal taste here, because for me, I did like other bands, Anthrax, Slayer, not so much Megadeth, but for me, they came from a genre, and always with music genres, you always get the big kid on the block. You always get the guy who's going to take it further. You had Iron Maiden out of normal traditional heavy metal, and of course you had Metallica out of thrash metal. But for me, yes, Metallica, someone had to take the mantle, and Metallica took it and flew away with it. But musically, for me, I just thought that some of their stuff was a bit pedestrian, and I just didn't think, for me, it was something that interested me anymore. And it wasn't. I preferred Slayer. I preferred Anthrax. That's my opinion. But not dissing Metallica in any way. What they've done for metal is pretty much what they've done for metal is over the years is pretty fabulous in a way. I just got to let the cat out. There you go. Well, let the cat out. Cat's always going. I'll have to shut the door now. Need to go to litter tray for piss. So let's go back to the. So we got Craft Beer Pause. He's come up with Tears, Craft Beer Pause. Meant Maiden, lol. Not too sure on that. We have. Hi, sorry, mate. I'm late. You're never late. Slime Sky, never late. Craft Beer Pause. I'm getting behind me. Cheers, everybody. Let's see what else we got. Hello, mate. From me and Peter and Harry. Hello, Dean. Hello, Peter. Hello, Harry. Hello, the three of you. I hope you are all doing well and everything. Hope you're looking forward to your Christmas and everything like that. I don't know where you are. You're on the piss. Bloody hell, Dean. Thought you'd be smashed. I'll take it the three of you on the piss then. That sounds a bit right. I think you better order your taxis now. What have we got? Get in there, Scott. So you're getting pissed then, Dean. Fair enough. What we got? Wonder Beer Wonder. Justice for All was superb. Dyer's Eve, Lala, it's a must. It is. I thought Dyer's Eve is fantastic. Fantastic song. It just was. The only thing they're going about the lack of bass in Justice after Cliff Burton's death and all that. But for me, I still think it's a phenomenal album. Definitely a brilliant album. Let's see what we've got. Go and look for the Wild Hearts, JB. Best British group you've probably never. I know the Wild Hearts. I did have an album of theirs. It had a purple cover. I don't know, it's someone over there. Because I remember seeing them on Top of the Pops. Is it Ginger? Ginger, the guitarist and player. Yes, I remember. Ginger. Can't remember the name of the album though. It's a plain purple cover, gold writing on it. Let us know what it is. I can't remember. David Jones goes, you know your music just like your beer with it. Love Iron Maiden. Who doesn't like Iron Maiden? You know, they're a British institution. You know, I followed Maiden since I was about 13, 14. And back in the day when I was younger, everybody was getting given big tracks and stuff for their Christmas presents on Rubik's Cubes and all that shit. I was getting Iron Maiden posters. Back in my room was got like filled with Iron Maiden posters. Because I remember the Power Slave album, Aces High, came out and absolutely adored it. I thought, what is this noise? You know, what is this screaming singer on the front of the stage and everything. And I always just wanted Iron Maiden gear for me birthday and for Christmas and stuff like that. So decided to become a metalhead. But yeah, big fan of rock music. If you haven't got the spirit, he goes, what's it? Wonder Be a Wonder. I'm gradually getting through these. I'm looking forward to the pissed up vids. So am I, Dean. I don't comment on Harry and Clueless, and I very rarely comment on Dean. But I tell you what, I bloody watch them. Mr. Blue Nose Beer Reviews. Hello, Harry, mate. Nice to hear from you. But Rolf Harris, though. Yeah, tie the old kangaroo down. Yeah, good old Rolf Harris. Yeah, he kind of put his foot in it, didn't he? Doing that, I found that letter we kind of wrote to a little girl, didn't they? And I kind of stuck it up. I found it and prosecuted him with it. Prosecuted himself with his own letter. Unbelievable. So what we got next, Slime Sky, having a little beer tonight. Let us know, Slime Sky, exactly what beer you're drinking. Obviously a Hatherwood Beer Company ale. We got Harry getting Dean on the 18%ers. Crikey, that sounds messy. That sounds messy. It certainly sounds messy. So we've got bloody hell. We've got some. I'm totally. Are you excited for Christmas? I'm in Spain drawing butterfly. So we got one from Stefan. Stefan, hello, Stefan. Thank you very much again, my friend, for the parcel. I'm gradually going to make myself drink through them. I'm drinking at the moment, that one. The review's coming up next week. It says, I'm not a big fan of metal, but the Metallica Classic was amazing. Nothing else matters. Gets under your skin. That's fair enough. Good, valid comment there, Stefan. Thank you again, mate. Thank you again. Whole spec and end tonight, dude. Yeah. What's your view? It says from Slime Sky. My view, if I can bring it up, as old speckled N, is it's rather nice. I've always liked speckled N. It's one of them early beers. It's one of them early beers that you have before you get into beer. And so, yeah, it's kind of like a gateway beer for me, speckled N. So I've got a soft spot for it, Slime, no matter what people say about it. Paul's beer reviews, got to be controversial, but Nickelback is great drink. Oh. No comment. No comment, mate. It's only if you like them. Fair enough. Dawn Butterfly says, please say hi, Neil. Neil, if you're here, if you're watching, hi. Nice one. So what we got? Do you like Rock in Rio? Is this Slime Sky's come up with? If I can bring it up, because I'll make you mind. If Slime Sky, do you like Rock in Rio? Fantastic. Are you talking about the Maiden album? Yes, I do. I love Rock in Rio. I've got the DVD as well. It's fantastic. Maiden in their prime for me. Fantastic stuff. The only thing I didn't like on Rock in Rio was Sign of the Cross. Why the hell they play that is beyond me. Slime Sky says, Klansman, great song. It is. Best song from the Blaze era. Definitely. Gets the crowd jumping and everything. I love all that. I think I put this up before. Are you drawing butterfly? No, I'm not. I'm in Spain. I'm in Spain. So there you go. I'm in Spain. Drawing Butterfly says, hello, Slime Sky. Wonder, beer wonder. Stefan, that stuff in Metallica is supreme. Just works. I'll tell you what works. Scorpions and the Berliner Philharmonic. Fantastic stuff. Get hold of a copy of it if you're into Scorpions. It works really, really well, that. What we got? Oh, bit of money, them posters. I can't remember what they were, David, to be honest. used to go down to my local card shop. They used to have these things, where you pull your posters out. I used to have loads of Iron Maiden ones. Um, what we got? Fear of the Dark. Not too sure on that one. That's the beginning of the end for me with Maiden for a temporary period. I just thought it didn't work. It just thought it get a bit stale. They did Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. Then I went into Steve Harris's barn and decided to do a Back to Basics album, and it sounded like shite. So weren't into that. What we got? Wild Hearts Purple Album. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right there, mate. I've got it in me boxes somewhere. I will dig down and listen to it this week. So thanks for bringing Wild Hearts to my attention. Highly recommend that. Let's see what else. Brave New World in Brave New World, especially beer. Yes, Brave New World. I do like Brave New World. It was one of the pinnacle when Bruce went back to Maiden. It had to happen. And one of my favourite guitarists, Adrian Smith, went back to Maiden. It had to happen. It really did, and for the better. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. David Jones. What about? I'm not into Status Quo. It's foot tapping music, foot stomping music. But for me, it's a bit. I do listen to Paper Plane. Put it that way. Can't stand Mel. Give me reggae. I do like ska as well, Terry. I'm a big fan of ska. Bad Manners, fantastic stuff. The Specials again, fantastic stuff. I do like ska as well. It's great stuff, ska music, isn't it, mate? Simon Sky says, "Loving Rock in Rio, best." It is a great album, and the thing I like about that album is the intro to the Evil That Men Do, and the whole crowd just drowns out the whole band. It's fantastic stuff. Cheers. That's what we ask. Blood Brothers, yeah, great song. Best song on that album for me. Great lyrics on that song will really resonate with you. Really resonate with a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, Blood Brothers, fantastic song. That one of the better Maiden's crafty songs. Paul's beer reviews. I thought Book of Souls was a brilliant return to form for Maiden. Top album. Yes, it was. Actually, it was the first Maiden album I bought. It took me a week to get into it because there's lots of different stuff. Empire was that really long song at the end, about 18-minute song with a piano. Is it Empire of the Clouds, something like that? I haven't listened to it for a long time. Haven't listened to it for a long time, but I really, really enjoyed it. Really did. Maybe they should leave it at that. Maybe they shouldn't make any more albums and just retire slowly. Bad Manners, a little bit of madness. Yeah, why not? It's pretty good stuff, isn't it? So what is All Night Mike? Nice of you to join me all night, Mike. Nice of you to hear from a new boy. I'm into Camden beer just now. How's Lager and Weeknight? You had excellent drop. I've had them both, and I do like Camden beers. Was the one I would recommend you to try. There's a few of them actually. I like the Gentleman Wit. It's a wheat beer they did. I recommend you to try that one. That was a cracking one. But thanks again for dropping in, Mike. Thanks a lot. Went to see a-ha a few weeks back. I take it wasn't you, was it, Scott? Fair enough. I'll be honest, I've got a confession to make. In June, I'm going to go and see Whitesnake with Foreigner in Europe. Say no more. I will post something up. Let's say all night Mike's just come up with juicy. Gentleman we were talking about the wheat beer. No, it's more kind of clovey and herbaceous in a way. You like it's easy drinking as well. It's if you like lagers and stuff, um, you would really like that as well. So highly recommend you to try it. Definitely. See what. Oh, let's go to Brewdog is decent as well. Oh, it's from All Night Mike. You probably up. Subscribe. Thank you very much for your subscription, Mike. I think I've subscribed to you. I'm not too sure. It's well appreciated when people subscribe to you. It really is, because it makes it that you're not just talking to yourself as you're doing these beer reviews and that. There is a world out there that's actually listening to you. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. So thanks again, Mike. Thanks a lot. We got Wonder Beer Wonder has come up with I've got the words to take on me. No, you haven't, have you? I don't believe that. You got the words of take on me tattooed on my arm. When did he get that done? And why did he get that done? Why did you get that done? Why would you? Let us know in the comments, Mr. Wonder Be Wonder. Scotty, let us know in the comments exactly why would you get that done on your arm? Why would you get take on me? Take on, I don't get that. Honest, I don't get that. I really don't. So we'll have a recap. Oh, here we go. This is P. We haven't played today, but obviously, this guy's just commented. He's just waiting. He's just waiting to pounce. He's just waiting to give me a load of shit on Monday when we lose Newcastle. Mr. Darren Hawthorne, thank you very much for popping in and saying hello. I know you're getting yourself prepared for tomorrow's game. Me too. I'm being very kind of like philosophical about it. Obviously, you're getting everything worked out in your head, what you're going to say, whatever the result is. So may the best team win tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Darren Hawthorne. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Paul's beer reviews. I can't touch Camden House now. It's official beer of Arsenal. Is it really? I never knew that. Never knew that. I never knew that it's official beer. I know that Spurs do Beavertown, and of course in Southampton, part of the south, if you want to call it that, we do Kingfisher. Bit of a difference. Never mind. Enough said. Enough said indeed. All Night Mike says, anyone get tickets to meet David Jason at the Only Fools and Horses? Too expensive, total whip-off. I would love to meet David Jason. He is a national treasure. I actually have been funny enough, been watching Only Fools this afternoon on UK Gold. Absolutely adore Only Fools and Horses. That's the reason why I have David Jason as my emblem on my channel. I absolutely adore him. I think what he's done over the years surpasses any actor we have ever had in this country. And from Open All Hours to Fools and Horses to all these different stuff, Touch of Frost, all these different stuff he's done, Darling Buzzer May, he is an absolute national treasure. We should cherish him because he won't be here forever. And of course, he's a nice bloke as well. And that's what makes that's you know what I mean? He's just more than a normal national institution. He's everything for me anyway. There's a verse that sums up my life. Needless to say, our odds and ends, but I'll be stumbling away slowly, learning life, but I love together and after divorce. Yeah, I can see why now. Apologies. If you got lyrics that resonate with you in a deep way, I hope everything goes all right for you, mate. I really do. I hope everything pans out itself, and I hope that everything becomes a lot more better for you, because it sounds as though you've been through a little bit of shit. And so, I hope everything goes all right for you. I really do. Um, Foster's well, yes, all night, Mike. Foster's well, yeah, fantastic. He's brilliant, isn't he? David Jason is brilliant. He's everything he does. He's just something that makes you proud to be British in a way, or English in a way, because you know I do like classic actors. David Jason, John Thor was another one. I've got huge respect for the guy who plays. God, what's his name? Trying to think his name now. Timothy Spall was another one who's been in a lot. These are talented people. These are people who will be this place. The entertainment industry will be a lot worse off if whenever they go. And same when Bruce Forsyth went. Bruce Forsyth was a national treasure as well. Irrespective of that dance crap he did, but it's did a lot of good stuff. And what I'm seeing now on TV, it's the same presenters doing the same shows, doing the same thing. And the likes of ITV, they've only got a hardcore set of about 5 presenters. Philip Schofield, Anton Deck, and whatever you want. And for me, that's not variety. For me, it has to be, a variety of presenters. And these skills, what these old actors, presenters, in a lot of show, Morecambe and Wise, another one, you don't get these days. I'm totally old school when it comes to that. You got to have, you know, presenters and actors who really are the real deal. You know, really are the real deal in this day and age, and you're not getting that. Yes, me too. Fantastic stuff. We got he did Danger Mouse. He did. He did do Danger Mouse. Yes, I remember Danger Mouse. Penfold and Danger Mouse. That was an ITV show as well. I remember. Um, so it was Barbara Heath's come up with. Yes, I did. I loved it as well. It's fantastic stuff. It's great stuff. Yeah, Danger Mouse and all that. See, you don't get kids programs like that anymore, do you? At the end of the day, you used to get home from school. It's about 4 o'clock to about 5:30. Kids shows, wasn't it? Used to go like turn on BBC or ITV. You'll either flick between the two. We never used that. You never used the remote control back in them days. You just go up to the wall, because back in them days, people used to rent TVs. You used to have to go to Rediffusion or Radio Rentals, and you had this dial on the wall, A, B, C, D, F, G. You just have to turn it for your different channels. I'm showing me age now, and you used to kind of like look through all the channels. We didn't look through the channels. You either had BBC or ITV, and of course, you had on the ITV Grange Hill, you had Rent a Ghost, you had Battle of the Planets and stuff like that. Battle of the Planets was really good. Battle of the Planets was fantastic cartoon. Zoltar, that was him. He had this kind of like cloak on, and Google Battle of the Planets. I think it's ITV had Masters of the Universe. He-Man, Skeletor, She-Ra, Battle Cat. I'm reminiscing now. Mr. Hawthorne's come up with. See you on my next one, Mr. Brown. Toon. Yes, Mr. Hawthorne. I shall see you on my next one. Whatever happens tomorrow, my friend, happens. I think me personally, I think you're gonna win 3-1. I'm not saying, I think you're gonna win 3-1. Oh, let's feel sorry for him. No, I think Newcastle will beat Southampton tomorrow 3-1. So there you go. Call me so. Only fools, fault tales, sickness and health. Dear John, all problem. They were. They were. They were brilliant, weren't they? They were brilliant. I remember Dear John as well. That was fantastic stuff. 40 Towers. You can't beat. And I didn't realise this, but I only made about 10 40 Towers. I think that there's hardly any of them made, but every one of them was iconic, if you know what I mean. What have you got? Battle of the Planets. It was a dog's knackers. Totally agree with you, mate. It was fantastic. It was really good. It was really good. Trying to think if there's anything else what really touched it at the time. I can't really think. I remember the early 80s had the puppet show Starfleet. That was really good. But Battle of the Planets, that was fantastic. Really good. Here we go. How old are you, sir? I'm in my 40s. I'm 46. I think I'm 46. As you get older, well, you're most probably older than me, David, but as you get older, you tend to lose touch with how old you are. I'll say I'm 46. I'm not too sure. I keep asking my wife how old I am. She says, "Oh, you know how old you are." I say, "I don't," because I feel like 15. But that's the best way to be, isn't it? At the moment, just feel younger than what you are. He did, totally did, mate. He did. He did Count Duckula as well. Totally, yeah, totally remember that. So let's see what we've got. We have got from Drawing Buffer. Trooper, do you like it? You talking about the song or you talking about the beer? I like both. We got another one from Manupa Tilly 1997. Thank you for joining us, Tilly 997. Hi, hello, Tilly. Thank you very much for joining this. It's always a pleasure to talk to people and new people. Thundercats Mask, He-Man, Jesus. Yes, they were brilliant, weren't they? They were brilliant. You never get that back. You never get that back. Not in this day and age. Christmas presents. People used to buy each other big tracks, and you remember Big Track? Or we used to get kind of like Big Loader. You remember Big Loader? The dump truck used to go around and. Oh, this is great. This. I should do a live feed every weekend on stuff. Not the night. Not yeah. Classic programs, Terry. They were Hong Kong Phooey from Wonder Beer Wonder. Yes, it is brilliant. Godzilla as well. That's another one, wasn't it? Godzilla. Do you remember the adventure? Do you remember Nightmare? No. Oh, I don't. Yeah, was that this kind of like computer enhanced thing where someone stepped on a grid on the TV and they used to like step on different areas and that. I think it was that, and they stepped on the wrong square. They used to disappear. Tell me if that's right. Mate. I think that could be. Not the 9 o'clock was brilliant. Gerald the Talking. Yes, I remember that. Gerald the Talking Gorilla. This is brilliant. This is just going on about old school stuff. Yeah, I think I just 12. There was 12 40 Towers. David, there's 12 40 Towers. That's not many, is it? But I'll tell you what, it just proves how iconic them shows were. How iconic. There's only 12, but it's made such an impact on comedy on British television. It's phenomenal when you think about it, isn't it? It's fantastic. It really is. Drawing Butterfly. You're the best one in the morning for beer. Thank you very much, Drawing Butterfly. If you keep watching me in the morning, as ever, big thumbs up to you. Big thumbs up. I really do appreciate people who watch us. I really do. I'm younger. Oh, crikey, you're making me feel old now, David. You remember him more than me. Paul's Beer Review says, Paul's Beer Review says, love Nightmare. Paul, yeah, I think that's now this one really, this comment really got me. Tilly 1997 still got big loader, but he lost the balls. You lost the balls, Tilly. Can't he use marbles for it? Because he used to go around, didn't it? And he used to like tip up on this kind of like hopper. Was it a hopper? And he used to go round and he used to collect the balls in the bottom of the loader. And he used to just go round again and tip up the. If I remember, I tell you what, that'd be worth a lot of money. That'd be worth a lot of money. Car boot sale, I'll pay easy pay. I'll tell you what, if you were at a car boot sale and you were selling that, I would easily pay 50 quid for that. Go and find your balls now. Go on. Tell us when you're flocking it. Yes, that's right. No, it was off computer. Yes, it was. All Night Mike, he's come up with a good one. What's your go-to beer? The one you drink the most? I drink quite a few beers. I Pop a Job, St Austell Brewery for me is my go-to at the moment. I just like a easy IPA to kick back with. That for me is one I could just drink and and enjoy. So thank you for that. Paul's Beers, yeah, God, it is team. Yes, that's right, Paul. Let's see what we got. Mario's been a big track. You had a big track, the one where you use the keypad. You go like put your coordinates in it, and he's got like send it off, and he used to. If you still got it, Paul, I'd still got it. If you still got it, Scott. I'm getting mixed up with the comments. I'm getting so many comments here about it. I thought that's Paul's beer reviews. Sorry, Scott. Have you still got it? Oh yeah. Get your balls for your car boot sale. I'll buy it off you for 50 quid. I would. Big track, 50 big track, big loader for 50 quid. Getting muddled up. Spot on all night, Mike. Spot on, mate. Wonder be a wonder. Is he coming up? Yeah, big track. Useless but awesome. It can't have been that useless. Couldn't you get a trailer for it as well? I'm sure they manufactured a trailer. You could put on the back of it and put stuff in it, and you put your coordinates in, it will just go around the house. If you had your empty cutlery in your bedroom, if you lived in a bungalow, that is, you put your coordinates in, he'll send it back to the kitchen. I'm not too sure. That's what the name of the game was, anyway. What we got? What about Oasis and Pulp? I never really was into Oasis, to be honest with you. Pulp. I'll tell you what about Pulp, though. I've got a lot of respect for Jarvis Cocker because I was watching live TV at the Brit Awards when he decided to just jump on the stage when Michael Jackson was there, which was a good laugh, I have to say. So I've got a lot of respect for Jarvis Cocker because that was really, really funny. Really funny. One of the best bit of TV I've seen for years. Definitely. No ties like that. All rubbish. I like to be a kid now. Just tech. Exactly. I think, these old school games, what we had was the pinnacle for me because they were brilliant, weren't they? When you look at it all, Mousetrap, Operation, Big Track, Battleships, trying to think there's tons of them, but they were really, really good. They were really good. Kept me entertained anyway. We come on Tilly now. God, I got to pay him 50 quid now. Just found the balls for big load on eBay. That means I got to pay you 50 quid for big loader. Looks like we got a deal now, didn't it, mate? Fantastic stuff. I've really enjoyed. I'll tell you what, this live one tonight has been a cracker. It really has. I used to go around my mate's house back in the day and play. Yes, yes. I tell you what, Terry, I had that 2600, the Atari 2600. I remember it well because the games were excessively expensive for it. It was about £25 back in the day. £25 back in the day is about £70. Excessive, really, really expensive. And I remember we had this decathlon game, and you used to get them. The joysticks were quite like awkward, weren't they? Quite like short and stumpy, and you used to kind of have to waggle you know, if you had 1500 meters on the decathlon, crikey, 10 minutes in. I remember that, mate. So let's see what it's 100 quid now. It's 100 quid now. 100 quid. You want to haggle for your big loader? No, I just thought it's 100 quid now. I was just thinking, what the hell is he talking about? The big loader. Stefan. Oh, Stefan's put something up. The Imperial Stout's cheap little beer for 59 cents. Don't expect. I'll tell you what, Stefan. Now, I've said in the review. I'll be honest. Little, you know, the term Imperial should not be on it. Okay, should not be on it. I went on the website. I've looked along a lot of the Steam Boost stuff. Found out a little bit more about them. Like I say, I'm very impressed with the can design on their beers. But I thought the beer weren't bad. I thought the beer was good. I'm drinking it now. It's not a stout to me. It just feels like a dark ale. A little bit sweet, but I thought, you know, 59 cents. You're saying that's 59 cents. That's a bargain, because I thought, for the money, I think, yeah, I think it's a good beer. I do think it's a good beer for the money, and you can't go wrong. So thank you for sending me again, Stefan. Really appreciate it. Really do. Do you have a lager I enjoy from Drawing Butterfly? I have got lagers. I do like lagers. Pilsner Urquell for me is the lager I enjoy. Usually Pilsner Urquell for me is the lager I will go to. So yeah, that's for me. Your Italian lager review is funny, but true. It is. I don't tend to go out of my way to really slag a beer off, but I don't like the arrogant attitude of the arrogant attitude of the advertising of Italian lager, saying it's something special and something, you know, unique, and it isn't. It's, you know, saying it's upper market and better than all the other lagers, but it isn't. It's just a lager at the end of the day. So for me, it wasn't something which I like doing. I don't like really digging into lagers, but some lagers are standing there looking at me on the shelf and they blinking ask for it. So that's my own opinion. So thank you for that, Drawing Butterfly. I really appreciate that comment. We got a good comment now from David Jones, because I'll tell you what, I could go in my loft now and get it out, because the Commodore 64 I still have in my loft with a batch of games, and I get it out about twice a year. I am a CBM fan. I've got Monty on the Run, I've got Bounder, I've got Operation Wolf, I've got Great Escape, I've got Head Over Heels, Ghosts and Goblins, Yeah Kung Fu. I've got the lot, but I bring it out a couple of times a year. I'm pretty My wife says I'm totally sad for doing it, but I love it because it's part of my childhood, which I cannot get rid of because I love it. Absolutely love it. So if you got a copy of Gauntlet, David, let us know because I wouldn't mind having it. I've got 64C, the white one. I haven't got the normal 64. So I'm an old school gamer. Never thought that, did you? So thanks for that. What do you think of St. Barber? I don't know if he meant St. Austell or St. Tell us what you meant by that, Barber. I'm not too sure now. Tilly, 1997. He says, lol, 100 quid. Yeah, rightio. You got them balls. Get them balls ordered. We'll haggle over line. Next time I do a live one, hopefully next week, we haggle over line about how much you want for it. So let's see what's coming up. Crikey, we've got some comments that I really have. Let's go up. Bob. So let's go to the next one. It says from Wonder Be a Wonder, if I can bring it up. I remember getting a Millennium Falcon for Millennium Falcon. Crikey. When I was about 5. Crikey, your parents must have been loaded for that. It must have been. What's that? Those other ones I had with the Empire Strikes Back. It's like a dog walking. AT-AT. Was it an AT-AT? Yeah, I remember them. They were expensive as well, mate. So let's go to Barber. St. Austell Tribute is, yes, do like St. Austell Tribute. If you look in my playlist, I did visit the St. Austell Brewery. St. Austell Tribute is a lovely beer. Lovely beer. All the beers, St. Austell, they don't do a dud. They're a solid brewer from my point of view. So, yes. Wonder Be a Wonder. Beer Pilsner Urquell is superb. It is superb. It is. It blew me away. You know what? It's one of them things. When I first did this channel, I didn't know much about beer styles. And there's one review I've always regretted doing because I slagged off, I think, a good beer, and that was the Budvar Budweiser, which I maybe my first re-review, which I'm thinking about doing soon. Pilsner Urquell was the first lager Pilsner type beer, which really opened me up to that style. It was a beautiful beer for what it was. And to this day, I still drink it. I really do. It's a great summer beer. And it's the original. So, yeah. So have to look for that. I'm not too sure. We have to go back on the comments on that Drawn Butterfly. I do apologise. Not too sure. So we've got Tilly 1997 comes up with, I remember Commodore 64. Should have kept it if he'd still got one. So that's what we go to Paul's beer reviews. Knocking back Winebackers tonight. It is Wineback. Is it the Pilsner, Paul? It is. It's definitely a belter, isn't it? You can't go wrong for the money. You can't go wrong for the amount of money you can, lay out on it. It's well worth it for me. It's definitely definitely worth it, mate. Definitely, it's a good beer to drink and enjoy. We have Wonder Be a Wonder. Mister, I was poor, and I know, no. You weren't poor. You had a Millennium Falcon. I never had that, mate. I never had a Millennium Falcon. I had a Commodore 64, the 128K +2. That was the grey one with the built-in tape player, like the Atari CPC 464. I know my stuff. Where did that come from? CPC 464. It just appeared in the head. CPC 464. What we got now? Tilly 1997. The best game. No, I totally. No, I tell you what was best game on 64 was The Last Ninja. Check it out. Google it. The Last Ninja CBM 64. Cracking game. That really good game. Fantastic stuff. Hunchback. No, can't remember that one. Tilly Hunchback. Let's go back. We're getting mixed up with our comments now. Lots of people wants to comment. Mr. Ronald. I've got to go to Mr. Ronald because he is a top bloke. Hello, my friend. How are you? I'm fine, Mr. Ronald. So nice of you to join us on this live stream. As ever, it's always a pleasure having you here. What are you drinking? Tell us what you're drinking, mate. Drawing Butterfly. Drawing Butterflies come up with, if I can bring it up. Caffrey's Cream Flow. I've done it a couple of years ago. I don't mind it. It's all right. Always, yeah. I used to drink it years ago, but you don't see it around as much lately. Wonder be a wonder. Atats never got one of them. Cracking, weren't they? Atats bloody were cracking. They were. David Jones has come up with Love Hunchback, bloody brilliant. I can't remember Hunchback, to be honest. Never had it. Never had Hunchback. So here we go. All the poor people had the Commodore 16. I had the Commodore 16 before I went up to the 64. It was a Commodore 16 starter pack, if I remember rightly. And it cost us an arm and a leg at the time. And of course, when you got the games, they weren't as good as the 64, were they? Mate of mine, he had a VIC 20. The VIC 20 were terrible. But, you know, the 16 was an introduction to it all. What else we got? Cream Flow, good for washing car with, according to Dreaming Butterfly. I can't bring your comment up at the moment. A Drawing Butterfly, sorry. Yes, maybe. It may be a good idea. Goldeneye 64. I never had that one. Spy Hunter C64. Never had that one either. Never had that one. Let's go to David Jones. He goes, if I'm bringing up, secondhand for me as a kid, Star Wars toys. You know, there was a guy who was on the news. He had everything, had all the toys, never took them out of their packets, kept them in their packets, went to auction in Middlesbrough, got thousands for them. It's amazing. Yeah, when you're younger, you're sitting on a fortune. But obviously, you don't think that at the time. You just take the thing out and you just play with it and pull the legs and arms off and forget about it. But, you know, as time goes on, you're sitting on a fortune if you got it. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate the work. I'm drinking some Bath House tonight. Really good brewery. Yes, I've had a couple of beers from Bath Ales. Did a stout from them a long time ago. And Tesco's did a line of them for a while. Enjoyed them all. Yeah, definitely remember. Yeah, definitely good brewery. Definitely. What we got from Tilly 1997. Then I upgraded. Never went to the Amiga. By the time I went to the Amiga, the Sega Mega Drive was hitting the shops with Sonic the Hedgehog. VIC 20, yes. So what's this one? This is an interesting one I'm talking about. You're lucky I had the Commodore 11.5. Not too sure that a wind-up Drawing Butterfly. Not too sure indeed. Wonder be a wonder. VIC 20. Now that brings, yeah, +4, Commodore +4 as well. They were kind of like sister computers, weren't they? If I remember. VIC 20, terrible thing. football thing. Bloody hell, Amiga, you was yeah, he must have been from Amiga to get that. Oh, Amiga A500, the Amiga A500. I remember that. It's kind of like then if you were really rich, and you had the Amiga A500, you'd have the monitor as well. But if you weren't that rich, but your family were conservatives, you'd have the Amstrad CPC 464 with a green monitor. Wonderbeer says, "Evening, Mr. Ronald, top man." He is. Mr. Ronald is a top man. Totally agree. He's a cracking bloke. Green King, enjoy full beer at good price. Not a fan of Green King. To be honest, I don't think a lot of people. It's kind of like one of them breweries which kind of like divides opinion. I think depending, they're one of them breweries. Depending on what they put out to the shops, is what you enjoy about them. There's also, it divides opinion. Whatever they do, it divides opinion. So mainly, if they bring out a real stinker, people like me and any other beer reviews will let you know it's a stinker. People, they bring out a real good one, who will let you know if it's a good one. Mr. Ronald. Good evening, Wanda. I hope you guys are well. Tilly 1997. Remember when we waited forever for the games to load on C64? Next minute it was say yes, Syntax Error. Especially playing Gauntlet, because Gauntlet was a double tape thing and had all these levels in, but you had to load between every levels. Of course, if you get through one level, went to the other, you come up with Syntax Error sometime. Yeah, Shift and 1 stop to load it, by the way. Yeah, no, I don't, David. I'm not modern enough. Drawn Butterfly says, yes, it is more or less in every way. It's, yeah, you know, I still got a soft spot. I said earlier, I've still got a soft spot for Green King. It's a gateway beer for me. So for me, yeah, more or less. Wonder Beer Wonder. 10 minutes of screeching and the game. Yes, it would. You had all these lines come up. Remember Paperboy on the CB64. Syntax Error. And you're sitting there like drumming your fingers. I remember that well, mate. Remember that well. Certainly do. We've got Raid Over Moscow. Never had the Raid Over Moscow. Never had that. Never had Raid Over Moscow. It sounds familiar though. Definitely does. So, boys and girls, we've had a good one so far tonight. We've talked about everything. We talked about our childhoods, which is a really good subject to talk about. And I'll tell you what, a lot of these comments tonight, I don't know if anybody else agrees with me, it's actually pulled at my heartstrings. It's kind of like, reminds me of how good childhood was and what we had as kids, what we had available to us as kids, compared to now, because all kids have now, let's face it, is one of them. You know, it's one of them. Everybody's lives are controlled by that. It's absolutely shocking when you think about it. Everybody's lives, whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever you buy, whatever you could kind of like contribute through, is based on something that big. That, it's pathetic, isn't it, when you think about it logically? Let's go back to the comments. David Jones says top horrors. Amiga was Mr. Ronald. Yeah, the 500. God bless you, mate. Was it? They used to have the Amiga 500. They used to have the Atari ST as a rival, didn't they? If I remember rightly, Atari ST as a rival. Wonder Beer Wonder. It's coming up with something. So much for the North South Desire. It's gone into reliving of our youth. Loved it. It is. It's fantastic. I'll tell you what. It's great. You know, this is what I like about doing these live streams. It's no real subject matter. I let the comments dictate of where it's gonna go. I always have done. Whether it's beer orientated or it's just kind of like, you know, toys or youth, or I just let the comments go forward with it and let it, you know, and let people enjoy putting stuff up and reacting to it. And but I'll tell you what, tonight has been an absolute belter of a live stream because we've talked about a lot. And I'll tell you what, I feel like, you know, a real reminiscing. I feel like getting that 64 down tomorrow and just playing and spending all day playing the games on it. You know, I really do. It's cracking. It really is. Kitchen Homebrew Benny. Hello, Kitchen Homebrew Benny. Benny, the Kitchen Homebrew Benny. So nice of you to join us and say big hello. We are enjoying a really good live stream tonight. We're talking about days gone by. We're talking about childhood. So we're talking about things which, you know, the old days. The old days. When I was younger, my parents used to say to me, when I was, you know, when we were married, we used to leave our door open all day and no one would ever come in and everything and stuff like that. And it's just kind of like really reminiscing. So tell us what you're drinking, Kitchen Homebrew Benny. I'd like to know what beer you're drinking as ever, and stick it up and we'll comment on it. I'll stay on for a little bit more. David Jones has come up. This subject's not going to go away. You're right about the Atari ST. Yes, it was kind of like the cheaper version, alternative to the Amiga at the time, because obviously the Amiga and Atari were out before the console really took off, before the Mega Drive came out, or the Nintendo, and you know, or the Sega Saturn was another one. Sega Saturn. I never knew anybody had a Sega Saturn. Then it kind of like, you know, gone through the roof after that, and that's when I lost interest in it, because sometimes having a game or computer which is, you know, a little bit simple but used to play as a kid, I think it resonates with you more when you were younger, and of course you'll always have an emotional attachment to it when you're older. And I suppose that's why I kept the C64. That's why I am what I am. You'll end up having an emotional bond with something like an old toy you had when you were a kid. It's true. I think that's the way people look back on stuff like that. Tilly. Then I found beer. Yes, beer. An excellent escape. It's an excellent escape to enjoy. It's the next best thing. It's the new rock and roll. Beer is the new rock and roll. It's the new addiction, because you've gone through everything you loved before and you'll always love them, but you need something new. Beer provides that. Totally agree with you, Tilly. That's what it does. It does. It brings up reactions in different people. It provides, what's the word? Opinions. We all have opinions on different beers. You know, beer, there's no right or wrong where beer is concerned. It all depends on your palate and your taste. You know, that's why I never mark a beer out of 10. Never mark a beer out of 10, because it's down to you out there to work it out for yourselves. Me personally, I'll do a beer review. I'll tell you what I think of it. That's my opinion, but I don't want, you know, it to really, you know, really kind of like impose myself onto you. You're watching me, you know, that's my opinion. But go out, try it for yourself. That's the main thing. That's the main thing to do. What we got? We have got Wonder Be Wonder. True. Oh, the old we. Nah, not for me, mate. Not for me. Kitchen Homebrew Benny. Had a few Vibrant Forest beers at local ale house tonight. You very lucky person. I do respect Vibrant Forest. I've got a few cans of theirs in there. I do like Vibrant Forest. They are a great brewery. They've done some great stuff. And I think the one I reviewed this year, which really resonated with me, was the sour. I did a great sour this year. One of the best sours I've ever had. I can't think of the name of it now, but very good brewery. Very good brewery. Totally, you're a lucky man. David Jones says, hard times. Well, we did have hard times, but we kind of like enjoyed ourselves, didn't we? At the end of the day, used to go out and play football in the street and stuff like that. Don't get that much now, do you? To be honest. We got Wonder Be a Wonder. That's why I don't do ratings, Jamie. Thumbs up, that does enough for me. It is. That's what I do. I never rate me beer. Never rate me beer. I know that Dean doesn't rate his beer either, and too true. You shouldn't. I think I'm not expert enough to say this beer is 7 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10. It's wrong. I think it's down to the people who choose to watch you and enjoy your reviews, but I think it's down to the individual to go out and try their beers for themselves. Not having somebody come out with something like a mark out of 10. It's not right. It's not right. For me, it's not right. What we got? Was in Cornwall this week and visited St Austell, got visit centres and popped to Verdon. Yes, Falmouth. I went to St Austell before Verdon was in existence. But yes, they're in a small industrial estate, I think, in the top of the town, if I remember. I don't know if they've moved yet or not, but obviously they haven't. But yes, Verdon, fantastic brewery, beautiful beers. I've had a couple of Vibrant Forest. People in some lands or something was very good. They are good brewery. They are really good brewery. I'm impressed with all the beers I've had from Vibrant Forest. I think they're fantastic stuff. So yeah, totally agree with you. Who's got the Fuller's Imperial Stout for Christmas then? That is the Waitrose thing, is it? I'll grab myself 2 bottles, go away for Xmas Eve. Hope you enjoyed them, Mr. Waddle. For me personally, I would drink one, age one. It's up to you, mate. I'm sure they're going to be fantastic to drink. I haven't got Waitrose near me, so I can't get hold of one. But I hope you enjoy them. I really do. I know you will. Let's go to David Jones. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2? Mortal Kombat for me. Thanks for that, David. Reliving my youth again. What do you think anyway? She does, but you've got to get the right beers, and I think she's a typical. From what I watched of you guys, she's a typical female. She likes fruity, sweet beers. Nothing that really tastes like beer. That's the impression I get. I could be wrong. there. Wonder Be a Wonder again. Ronald, that is a solid sort. I was supposed to do that on live, but drank it before good. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's one of them things. You just drink it and before you go on. I'm just going to finish off this Imperial, if you call it Imperial. Still relatively good. Lidl Germany, boys and girls. Steam Brew Imperial Stout. It's all right. It's drinkable stuff. It's drinkable stuff at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. see what's coming up. Scott, I'm not surprised by that. It absolutely blew me away last year. Talking about the stout. Hopefully, Mr. Wonnell. Me personally, I've never had that stout. But I will look for it next time I go near a Waitrose. I'll pick one up. Definitely, it's something that I'll be very much interested in doing. Wonder Be Wonders. She actually finished off the taco shake stout from Amazon. Cow. Terrible stuff. Amazon. I think Amazon. I think Marks and Spencer have got a new beer from them out. I'm not too sure, but I think they have. Not too sure. Anyway, boys and girls, it's 90 minutes in. I think I'm going to wrap this up. It's been brilliant tonight. Brilliant. We've talked about everything. I love all this stuff. So if you want to join me again next week for another reminiscent trip down memory lane, join us, because it's well worth it. It's well worth it. It really is. It's well worth just talking about the old days and talking about, you know, everything you want to hear about and stuff like that. So see you all on my next one.